Is that what you said? A Ruth Chris Beth?
Yeah, Christie. Oh, I've already read the email. I know what's going on.
All right, we need to go ahead and call the meeting to order.
Okay.
We'd like to call the meeting to order. Terry, would you lead us in the pledge of allegiance, please?
As a flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
All right, Christie, can we get the bank balances, please?
Yes, sir. General account, $663,037.61. Sewer general, $80,000.
I
I, Elizabeth Craig,
solemnly affirm
solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Alabama,
and the Constitution of the State of Alabama,
so long as I continue a citizen thereof,
as long as I continue a citizen of thereof,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
and that I will faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and honestly
honestly,
discharge the duties of the office
discharge the duties of the office
upon which I am about to enter,
upon the office of which I'm about to enter,
to the best of my
to
ability,
the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
All right, so next on the agenda, we've got ordinance number 23-006 to add TBI fees to building inspections. Christie, you want to summarize this for us?
Sure. Whenever a new sewer is hooked up, we have inspections with TBI. We also have inspections with TBI if there's issues, and each inspection is a charge, and we're just recompensating that charge that we're charged, basically. So that's why we've added this inspection fee.
Do I have a motion to consider ordinance number 23-006?
Motion.
Got a motion to consider, do I have a second? Got a second, all in favor? Do I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 23-006? Got a motion, do I have a second? Got a second, motion from James, second from Elizabeth, all in favor? Aye. All right, next ordinance is 23-007, which is an amendment to ordinance number 22-019, sewer call charges for residents. Christie, you want to give us a little brief on this?
Yes, sir. When people call the city and say that they're having problems with their sewer, they are asked to have a plumber on site with their camera in the line, proving that it is on the city's responsibility. If our sewer department arrives and said plumber is not on location, or it is found that it is still not the city's responsibility, the resident will be charged $200 per hour spent at said emergency. They will be informed of this policy in place with every phone call that we receive requesting our sewer department to respond.
All right, do I have a motion to consider ordinance number 22-019? Or 23-007, sorry. Got a motion from Larry, do I have a second? Second from James. All in favor? Do I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 23-007? No motion?
Motion.
Got a motion from James, do I have a second? Second from Terry or Elizabeth. All in favor? All right, the third resolution, we're going to table that from him. All right, one of our part-time employees, Will Maines, has accepted a full-time position with the county. However, he will continue to mosquito spray in the evenings, and he's planning to do sign replacement and pothole filling as time permits on the weekends. And we do not plan on refilling that position at this time. Elizabeth Craig was already on the planning commission. Therefore, I'm recommending that she be approved to move into the council person's position, replacing Tim Wright. And then I will work on appointing someone else to her vacated position. And let's see.
We need to get them to
Do
vote
we-
on that, yes.
All right, so I need a motion to adopt that resolution.
That change.
Change in the planning commission. Put Elizabeth as the elected council person on the planning commission since she's already been serving there. Do I have a motion for that?
Is there a resolution for it? Or?
No, it's just a council vote. It's not. I mean, we can make it a resolution if you want. It's no problem.
Okay. Got a motion from Larry, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Terry, all in favor? All right. So, with the 4th of July coming up, so we'll go back to that. We'll let James bring it up when we go around the table. With the 4th of July coming up, and it's landing on a Tuesday this year, multiple municipalities across the state are closing their city hall on the 3rd and allowing their employees to take vacation or leave without pay. Owens Crossroads will follow suit, and the city hall will be closed on July 3rd and Tuesday the 4th. Employees will only be paid for a holiday on the 4th and are permitted to take vacation or leave without pay for the 3rd. Clerks will be permitted to work if they want. That assumes they work anyway, but, you know. But City Hall will not be open and phones will not be answered.
Question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Two things. One is, can we do a one-time bonus or something to pay them for that day off if we wanted to for the 3rd? Or at least have it stated that they're allowed to telework since we've set it up with their ability to log in that day. Since kind of following the same rules the government does, if the building's closed, we try to take care of the employees. So since the building's closed, I'd like to do something for the employees.
I don't have a problem letting them telework. I can telework.
give them the option to telework.
Option.
If
Give them
they
the option
don't
to
want
telework if they don't want to, and then
Yeah.
the other option is we do a one-time thing and we give them an extra day of pay for just one time. And I would honestly be okay either way, since it is a holiday. And that would follow suit with the federal, if the building's closed and you can't come to work. That would be good either way.
So, Larry, what's your opinion?
Either way with it.
Elizabeth?
I'm okay either way, but I think we need to check on that a little bit more before we do that, because I think there was one other time, on the 4th of July, fell in the middle of the week, or like on Monday, and it was a Tuesday, like it is now. And we had to do some checking on that, and we couldn't do it.
I think if we close City Hall for that day,
We
we
could.
could do it.
I'm good then.
Okay, Terry?
We take telework, we'll take a day off, and telework.
Or the second option, if you didn't hear, was we pass a one-time thing, give them an extra day of vacation, or an extra day of holiday leave would be what it would be. So they would get 8 hours as a bonus for one time. I guess that'd be that way we would write that up.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
This mainly affects me, Teresa, Laura, Brandy, and CT. And all of us have leave or comp time,
Or
except
the-
maybe Laura, but I think she actually has comp now time.
Or
too.
the ability to telework, either one.
Yeah, but we all have our own leave or, yeah. So, I mean, I don't think any of us are hurting to say we are,
Yeah, I don't think I think it's just a matter of, it's just like if they close my building at the government, I can't go to work, and you have to pay me. And I think it's similar the same way, since we're physically closing City Hall, and it wasn't a day you planned, we, even though you may have you may be okay financially, I think as a protocol, we ought to put something in place.
Okay.
That's just,
I just wanted to make
My-
mention,
my-
we
my
didn't want
opinion
y'all to
on
have
that.
to add another
And
holiday, because we do
honestly-
have the time.
honestly, it could work either way. You can, if there's training classes that need to be taken, that's considered online. If there's work you need to do, consider working online. Well, you all have laptops, and you do as well, so you all have the ability to VPN in. So you can, can you work from home?
Yeah, but this week, or the 4th of July week, I've got court that week, so I'm gonna have to work.
So you're gonna have to work anyway. I think honestly, Mr. Mayor, my opinion is that we just allow them to telework from home if the office is closed that day. Since you've got a mix of those who can and can't, versus trying to split it up. I think that's the simple, I just want to make sure that they didn't have to take a day of leave. If they, because I think that's just fairness.
So we go with that. Okay. All right, we'll go around the departments. Laura, you got anything?
No, sir, I'll have my report at the end of the month.
Teresa?
And just like Laura, I'll have a report at the end of the month.
Randy, you got anything?
No, I put my report in the packet tonight. I did go to a class at the beginning of the month, and it was really, a lot of great information, because we've got legislator stuff that's coming through. So I can't wait to hear how that all shakes out.
Good. Thank you. Paula, you got anything? Judge Paula, you got anything?
No, not right now, thank you.
Good. Fire Chief Shannon, you got anything?
One thing I was thinking, if you ever did close the hall in the future and you pay the hall workers, you've got essential workers that cannot take off, that only get one holiday. You need to look at giving them two.
Yeah, that would be, well, you do it almost like a bonus, so every employee would get a bonus for that 8 hours. That way you don't have to worry about keeping up with a floating holiday or however you want to do it. But I think in this case, because of essential workers and you got clerks that can't take off anyway, give them an option if you're
Give them an
closed.
option to work.
Same thing we did during COVID when City Hall was closed and you couldn't come in, you had the option.
Yeah.
I think it works, but you're right. That's, 100%, because all your police officers are on shifts, got the same issues.
All right, anything else, Shannon?
That's what I was talking about, because I'm part-time.
LT, you got anything?
No, sir, other than to turn things over to Detective Lieutenant White, he's got information about a project that the reserves are working on.
Okay.
We did a,
Come on up.
so the reserve unit's got a 5K that we're doing on July 22nd. This is a fundraiser. We've got, all 10 positions are covered again. We plan on sending 6 of the reserve officers to the police academy, the reserve police academy in September, because they voted unanimously about a year ago to have, all 10 of the reserve officers A+ certified by 6 years from now. So I think in reality, only about 4 of them are going to make it through the academy, because there's a PT test, and I'm trying to get them in shape for that. But it's going to be time consuming, so. But the fundraiser, this 5K, our goal, at a minimum, we'd like to raise 25,000, but we're hoping for 50,000. We've started taking corporate donations, and that's going pretty well so far. But this 5K will fund not only their academy, but uniforms and things like that, because the reserve unit wasn't supposed to cost the city anything, and that's why we did the fundraiser. So July 22nd, 5K is going to start at the elementary school. That's where the gathering point is. It's going to start at the intersection of Old 431 and Wilson Man, and it's going to go to basically around Hill Road on Old 431, and then come back. So we've got all of our officers should be present for traffic control and security for the event. We think it should go pretty well. It's a fun run. It's going to be done at night. The reserve unit's been working pretty hard on that. I just want to give you an update.
So if you need volunteers, well,
Well, they'll definitely need that. So,
sounds good.
thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's see, CT's not here. So, we'll go around the floor here. Will, you got anything?
Sir,
Mr. Matt, you got anything?
I can always run my mouth a little bit. Had some good discussions with fire guys. I think we're all on the same page what we need to do going forward. I look forward, and Chris, help me out here. What's the name of the entity that's doing the growth plan?
Tarcog.
Look forward to seeing that, because I think that's going to be what shapes some decisions the fire department makes, and what we would recommend for the city going forward. The other thing, I think there's some overlap with Judge Blaylock. The Alabama Medical Cannabis Commission awarded some contracts, and one of the entities will be located in Owens Crossroads, and so as that gets started up, obviously there are criminal statutes related to cannabinoids, and now we're going to have some that are medically issued. It's big important for the city to be in compliance with all those factors. So I look forward to having a conversation with the judge about medical marijuana when the council session's finished. So.
Okay. Bruce, you got anything?
No, sir. Thank you.
The lady in the pink top, do you have anything? All right, we'll go around the table here. Terry, you got anything? Listen.
I just want to say thank you, and I'm glad to be here. Thank Larry and Scott for nominating me for this position. I'm glad to be here.
We're glad you're here. Larry, you got anything? James?
Yes, sir. Before I dive into this, Bruce, are we still doing training next week?
Yes, sir. I just posted an email today to all fire personnel, reminding them of the meeting on the 22nd. Yes.
So that's going to be the beginning of our firefighter EMT training. You've got a class structure set up, and
That is the beginning. We're waiting on the county association. You have to have a minimum of 8 people to have a fire, what they call a 160 class. And we currently don't have that number, and so we're waiting on the Madison County Association of Volunteer Firefighters to publish their intended schedule for the 160 class.
How many do we have?
Well, some of ours already have it, so that limits our number
Right.
to put in.
So anybody who has an interest in our fire department, either currently serving somewhere or has an interest who lives here locally as a volunteer, should reach out. Preferably between now and next Thursday. Of course, any time is great, but, because that's kind of the beginning of your, when you're, not the, all classes, but kind of the beginning of your stuff, right?
Beginning our initial steps.
Initial
So-
steps.
so
That's
how
I'm looking
long-
for the right words.
How long is the 160 class? I mean,
160 hours, it could go anywhere from the time frame in weeks to the time frame in months. So most of the time, they're done like on a Tuesday and Thursday night, so they usually take anywhere from 6 to 8 months to complete. Because it has some Saturdays in there where you have to go before skills.
So anybody that's interested in the community, we are built.
The entity and the availability of the people, and you schedule it from that.
right,
So that was,
It's hard to mandate somebody to attend something that
right,
works every night.
right.
And fire policy will not allow us to have the class with enrollment less than 8, so we're trying to manage those numbers. And if we can get 8 people, then we would consider doing it here.
We need 10 or 12 because somebody's going to drop out.
it's a dumb question, and know you've already done this, but you reached out to everybody around us as well to see if they have anybody that we can bring in to help with classes as well.
Use on the association board, that's.
That's a dumb question. I knew you already had done it. I just felt if I had to say it out loud or somebody's gonna ask me later. So that's all I did was hopefully state the obvious. So, perfect. All right. All right, so the second thing is, from the last meetings, we know that, our current body cameras themselves are being discontinued by Motorola. We knew when we bought into this body camera system that this server was only temporary for a few years anyway. We thought we had a few more years with it, but because of the software changes we're trying to make with both the inventory control system and the body cameras as we're moving forward, we're going to have to upgrade servers sooner than we expected. That unfortunately is going to cost us, what, $19,000? I was looking on this.
This is,
That's right here.
Yeah. And, so yeah, 19,000, and we've got about, 22,000 approximately in our, Rescue America Fund. I propose that we go ahead and put the server in place that we need. This will give us, the growth that we need where we've been restricted, and this won't limit us to 4 or 5 years. This will give us 10 or plus years once we make this move. It will be 23-013 if you all approve it. But that's what it is. This will be handled by Lightwire. They handle all of our IT stuff, and this will go into the existing rack we've got. It'll be a Blade server going into it.
all right, so any questions about this? Do I have a motion to consider what we're calling ordinance 23-013?
I'm sorry, resolution.
Oh, it's a resolution. We don't have to have a motion to consider then. It's just a motion to adopt.
Yes.
Okay. So do I have a motion to adopt resolution 23-013? Got a motion from James, do I have a second? Second from Terry, all in favor? We can- Anything else? James? All right. I have a motion to adjourn. Got a motion to adjourn from Larry, do I have a second? Second from Miss Elizabeth, all in favor? Thank y'all for coming. Thank you for your assistance.